Hey, my level up lovely. So it is Janet with Level Up with Janet E. Once again, we are traveling out and about. Today, I took my daughter to dance. I had a little bit of dance today, so it is a busy, busy Tuesday. But I wanted to make sure that I get this last installment in of It Will Come to Pass. So this time, we're talking about really, really important just to stay focused, but also making the future present. So that's going to be my focus today, making the future present. What do we need to do in order to make sure that we stay focused on what God has for us so it will come to pass? All right, make sure that you check us out as we go into that important subject. All right, see you soon. Okay, so glad to have you back. We are in the house, not in the house, but in the cars today. Once again, over here at my dance studio, my daughter's dance studio. So, wanted to once again let you know that this is part 3 of It Will Come to Pass. Now, as always, I say make sure that you are liking, commenting, as well as subscribing to this channel because it is valuable, important content to make sure that you continue to level up in 2022. All right, so we're talking about keeping the future present. So what does that mean with keeping the future present? Meaning that we're always going to stay future minded, focus minded, but we're not going to get so bogged down in the future that we don't really focus on what's going on in the present and make the present count for us. So we know that we're going on a journey. Anytime that we're doing anything with leveling up, we are on a journey. It's a never-ending journey to leveling up to your purpose, leveling up to who you are in God. So with all of that being said, if you are continuing through that journey, you want to make sure that you stay focused minded, but also be able to stay in the present and enjoy that experience, taking that experience, because what that's going to do is that's going to help you as you go through the next experience. So if you go through something similar, 2 years from now, you're able to take tidbits from what you've learned now to be able to go through that and go through that trial with easier, emotions and easier, less consequences and less trials. So that's a learning experience. Everything that you're going through is a learning experience, whether it's good or bad. So take those tidbits of information and make sure that you're using it to your benefit. All right, so I always cite the Bible because that is our foundation, that is our forefront. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of things of how we're going to remain future-minded while remaining present-minded, because God looks at the future for us because He knew us even when we were in the womb, but then He also focuses on us in the present. So He knows that we're always growing, that we're always doing something, that may be, worldly minded versus heavenly minded. So He's so merciful and kind that He continues to focus on us as we're going through our situations, even though He knows the end result and knows what our true purpose is. I love it. Love it. So, love my God. Okay, so, I always cite Jeremiah or quote Jeremiah 29:11, which is, the plans I have for you, plans for good and not for evil, plans for a future and a purpose. So, that is going to be our foundation scripture for all of this, that He has plans for us, plans for a future and a purpose. So, and the plans are good and not evil, and even His thoughts. So, as He's going through present with His thoughts, God, He's also thinking about the plans on what He has for us to do. So He's focusing on the present, thinking about us, but He's also planning for how He's going to push us through to that, to our purpose and what we need to be. And what we need to do is be able to connect to that, and there's different ways that I do that. One is meditation, and I'm talking about meditation, not in terms of yoga meditation or anything, but meditation in terms of just focusing on God, prayer, very important, what you need to do in order to, and God's going to give you insight on what you need to do. That's discernment, being able to put you in front of people, put you in front of situations that's going to bring you to pass, come to pass of what is your purpose. So all of these things play into each other in order to build up what you need to go through to come into your purpose. So you're going through things presently to come into your purpose down the road. Okay, and sometimes it's multiple purposes. So purpose can be for a season as well, and then it may evolve, and now you're going in transition, and now you're going into a different purpose. All right, so we talked about keeping the future present. That's the main thing we want to do, looking ahead. We want to press on towards the mark of the high prize of God. So we want to press on, and this is Philippians 3:14, press on towards the high mark of Jesus Christ. So as we're moving forward, we're continuing to press through. Now, once again, it's not something where we're going through it for no reason. We're pressing through for the high mark of Jesus Christ. We're pressing through so that we can receive all the benefits that he has for us. And you see my little they can hear sound moving. So we're pressing through because there's an end result. There's an end result, for us. There's an end goal. There's a finish line. So there's a reward for us at the end. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit after this little dance break. I want you to enjoy it and then be right back as we continue that talk about making your future your present and bringing everything into alignment. All right? See you soon. So we are back in Level Up, and I hope you enjoyed that little dance break. It was a little African dance or African dance practice that I was doing. I was part of an African dance company for about a year and a half to 2 years. Then I moved to a different state, but thoroughly enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit of practice. All right, so we're getting right back into it about making your future present, about keeping focus. So one of the other things I wanted to speak of, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that. One of the other things I want to speak of is staying goal-minded. So as we are focusing on our future, a lot of times we would just want to kind of look to the future and not understand that everything that we're doing in the present builds up for what the future will hold. So the verse that came out for me about this particular subject was 1 Corinthians 3:8. Looking at my notes, 1 Corinthians 3:8, and I'm just going to paraphrase here. It says that he that planted and watered, they receive a reward according to their labor. So as you're planting and watering and building things and pressing into things and going through your journey, you are going to receive a reward according to your own labor. So that means that whatever you're putting in is what you're going to get out. Okay, so the measure of what you're putting in is the measure of what you're going to get out. So it's not going to be something where you put in 1/10 of the effort and you're going to get 100%. If you put in 1/10 of the effort, you're going to get 1/10 of the reward. So you have to labor as if you want the prize. You have to labor as if you want the reward, the full reward. So what does that mean? That means giving yourself fully to the Lord, surrendering fully to Him, and knowing, discerning what He wants you to do, and then doing completely. That means follow up, follow through. That means going through a project. If there's something that maybe at work that He was like, hey, I want you to focus on, bringing it to pass. Coming to pass means that bringing it to completion, making sure that something's done and completed as well. So once again, there is a finish line. There is something that is accomplished or completed for you going through that journey. So that's part of planting and watering, because at least the very least you want, well, if you're planting and watering, is to get some type of benefit from that, or harvest from that. And then the final thing I want to talk about is just keeping everything in perspective. So what is for you is for you. Let me say it again. What is for you is for you. It's for no one else. God knew you when he created you in the womb. God knew who you were going to be, what your purpose was going to be, who you were going to influence, who was going to influence you, who you were going to touch in this world, who was going to touch you in this world for a purpose. He knew you. So what that means is that you are special. You are made here for a reason and a purpose that is like no other. Therefore, and I'm enunciating all of this because it is so important. Therefore, if there is a purpose just for you that he created and knew you in the womb, that means that what's for you is for you. We sometimes get into this mode, and even Christians get into this mode of, well, I want to do that. And why is that not my gift? Why can't I sing, to the tops of the heavens? Well, that's not for you. God has another purpose for you. So, and a lot of times we will get lost in other people's purpose. Can you hear that? Again, say it to the people in the back. So, sometimes we get lost in other people's purpose, and then we lose sight of our purpose. So, that's why I'm always using the word focus, because if we stay focused on what God has for us, that's looking straight ahead. We're not looking to the left or the right. And that's when we look to the left or right, that's when we start trying to figure out other people's purpose instead of our own. So what's for you is for you. And I go back to Jeremiah 29:11 when I think about that, which is, I made you for a purpose, for a good and a future. So he made you for a reason. And therefore, there is no reason to be envious, jealous, possessive of not only your gift, but of somebody else's gift. Know who you are in God, and he's going to take care of everything else. And there is no gift big or small in the kingdom. Every gift matters, and every gift is a benefit to the kingdom. I want to say that as well, because I think some people think, well, I'm not in the spotlight, I'm not being seen. It's not about being seen. It's about doing the work of the Lord. All right, so with that, I do want to close out, because I am done the whole series, It Will Come to Pass. So this was about making your future present, staying present-minded, but also staying future-minded. I really, really want you to do that. And as you continue to level up, and once again, remember that level up is an ever-present, ever-going journey. It's never going to stop, but be happy that it never stopped. That means that you're alive and that you're doing something. So I love you, love you, love you. Until the next time I level up, God bless, and stay strong in 2022.